Welcome to another episode of Java with Jonah, where common sense meets caffeine in the land of Nineveh, aka America. Now, some statistics. Abortion has become the #1 medical procedure in America. 52% of black pregnancies end in abortion in America. We're at the 65 million abortion mark in America. Translated, we're living amidst one of the biggest genocides in the history of mankind. And we, a large majority of us, have grown totally numb to it. Or better put, we've become lukewarm in the face of a modern-day Holocaust. God says lukewarm is the worst. If you're like that, in His words, He will spit you out of His mouth. And speaking of projectiles, the Blessed Virgin Mary, urgently appearing all over the world now, says abortion could well lead to World War III, with nuclear weapons being projected all over the world. There are now 56 million abortions, read murders, every day in the world now. At Fatima in 1917, Mary said if people didn't stop offending God, there'd be a second world war as a punishment from God. And that was before abortion, gay marriage, transgenderism, internet porn, to name just a few. Think this stuff is offending God? With an exponent of like 100. You'd have to be spiritually blind not to think that. But then again, people, even a lot of Christians at this point, think the baby in the womb is not a person yet. 10 fingers, 10 toes, a heartbeat, a complete genetic code. And Democrats are saying, I believe science, when it comes to things like the coronavirus and climate change. But when it comes to the baby in the womb, they conveniently throw science right out the window. Just how unbelievably blind, if not evil, that is. And for Christians on this one, God says to the prophet Jeremiah, I knew you before I knit you in your mother's womb. Wouldn't take a moral theologian, rocket scientist, to figure out God might be, a bit angry that His plan for a human being was being aborted. Yet the outcry from the spiritual leaders about this, for the most part, is pretty non-existent at this point. What's more, in the Catholic world, as an example, Joe Biden can get away with calling himself a faithful Catholic, when in fact the Catholic Church unequivocally labels abortion as murder. That's how nuts this world has gotten, or rather, how sinful this world has gotten.